this is Mary for Mary's Stamping Happenings. I really hope you enjoy this video. And if you'd like to purchase any of the products, you can go to marytroutner.stampinup.net and click on Shop Now. Hi, this is Mary for Mary's Stamping Happenings. And today, let's explore the new watercolor pencils from Stampin' Up. We're going to be making 4 cards, but I will send you the instructions for the cards and all the supplies and everything. But I want to give you a little, some hints and some tips on how to watercolor. Now the watercolor pencils, there's 13 of them. They come in, and you can see that right here, they've got numbers on them, and they correspond to the colors here. They have Real Red, Calypso Coral, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, Rich Raspberry, Melon Mambo, Early Espresso, Basic Gray, Basic Black, and Whisper White. Now, there are numerous ways you can watercolor. So the first way, first thing I want to tell you is if you are going to watercolor, you can either use the Basic Black Archival, let's see if that goes away if I do this, the Archival, Basic Black Archival ink. Okay, I don't know where those are coming from. Or the Stays-On Black, Jet Black Stays-On. You can use Whisper White cardstock or Very Vanilla cardstock. You can use the Shimmering White cardstock, and you can use the watercolor paper. Now, some of the coloring mediums, I have 2 here. You can use the Aqua Painter or the Blender pen. You can use a watercolor paintbrush. I don't like those because you have to have water around. I like the Aqua Paint paintbrush because you can fill that with water and you don't have to have water around. So what I want to do is I want to show you just some of the basic ways to use these watercolor pencils. And the first one, we're going to do this, and we're going to do it on Whisper White. Okay, now where is, up there it is. What I want you to do is I'm going to, and again, you can use any medium, but I want to do this on Whisper White to show you that you can. I'm using the Archival Black, and I'm getting that. And so what I am wanting to do is I am just going to, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful. I'm going to put that there. Now the Archival Black takes a little longer to dry, so I'm just going to put that away. And I'm going to take out one of the ones that I have already done. It's dry. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to use, let's see, I'm going to use Pacific Point for the hat. And what you want to do is you want to, where it's darkest is where you want to lay the most color. And with these watercolor pencils, you don't want to press too hard. I notice they do. The tips break easily on them. So what you want to do, and now I'm going to show you how to use the blender pen. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take the blender pen and you're just going to go from the color to the other areas, just like that. And you're going to blend it smooth, just like that, okay? And then what? You want to clean that off just like that, okay? Then we're going to take, let's take Calypso Coral on this. And what we're going to do is, again, we're going to darken it where we want the darkest portion. Okay, just like that. And just like that. And I want a little dark right in here. Okay, and then again, we're going to just go from there over, just like that, okay? Now if you don't let it dry, sometimes the blender pen will pick up, you can see some of the black. Now if you don't have it the color you want and it's getting a little thin, you can always, especially with the blender pen, just wait for it to dry a little bit and add some more color with the pencil. Okay? And then again, you're just going to pick it up and move it around. Okay? All right. Then I'm going to add, I want to get rid of that off of that. And again, all you got to do is go like that and it comes off. I'm going to add some old olive. Okay, and then again, I'm taking the blender pen and I'm just blending it out from the dark to the lighter. And you can mix two colors if you want. I'll show you in the next, in the next one I'll show you how to mix two colors. But you're just going to flatten it out just like that. And it's okay when you watercolor to leave white spaces and not getting it all in. So there you have it. This is just on Whisper White and it's with a blender pen. So I think the other one is dry, and I want to show you how to do this with the aqua painter, okay? So again, what you're going to do, I find it a little more difficult on Whisper White to use the aqua painter. I like the blender pen because it doesn't, how do I put it, it makes little, now you first want to make sure there's water, but you don't want a lot. You don't want it dripping off, just a little bit of water. And again, there you go. And just do like that, or do it on your hand to take the color away. And then we're going to, and see, this is going to be, I'm going to put more color on here because it takes a lot longer for the water to dry than it does for the blender pen to dry. And I want to make sure I have enough color. Okay, I can show you how else you can get color too. Okay, and again, we're just taking the aqua painter, going from the color to the non-lighter color. And again, we're going to clean it off. And now I want to show you how else you can do. You can take your aqua painter or your blender pen and go to your color, go to your pencil, and you're just going to get some color on that. Okay? See, this is a little wet. I must have squeezed it a little much. But there you go. And I can see it taking the nap off of the Whisper White. But there you go. This one is with the blender pen, and this one is with the aqua painter. Not much difference. It just depends upon how you like it. Okay? And that, we're going to be using these to do this. Okay? So this will be in your packet. Okay, the next one I want to do is, this is called washing. Now this is a little bit different, and I will show you here how to wash a couple of different colors. We're going to use Bermuda Bay, and we're going to use basic gray, and I'm going to mix those colors. What we're using here is we're using the shimmering cardstock. Can you see that? It's kind of hard to see, but that's what we're going to use. And I am going to use, let me clean off, and remember to clean off the archival, you spray it with the Stampin' Mist. It comes off a lot easier. You know, I found it still will be black. Okay, then we're going to do that. And I'm going to get out my other one. Okay, so we're just getting out this one. And with this one, I am going to stamp again. I'm going to stamp with Stays On because I'm going to use the aqua painter, and I find the aqua painter and Stays On work a lot better together. And again, I love the smell of Stays On. Just remember, to clean your stamps, you have to have the Stays On cleaner. So I'm just going to Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to get out my Stays On cleaner. Gotta get some new Stays On cleaner. And we're cleaning that off. Okay, so now what we're going to do, what I want to do is when you do a wash, you can tell that this is a little different. It's a lot lighter. So what you want to do with the wash is you don't want to really press hard. You just want to like lightly around. Okay. And now here, since it's a rainy day, it's not going to be a bright blue. It's going to be a grayish blue. So I'm going to add some of my basic gray to it. So it's going to be a bluish gray. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my aqua painter and I'm lightly going around. And again, you don't want a lot of water for this one, okay? Okay, and you can get up in there. I like the shimmering paper for this, especially for the rain scene, because it kind of looks like the raindrops. You can see the raindrops. Now, that's a little bit blue, so I'm going to wait for it to dry a little, okay? And then I'm going to add some basic gray again. I want a little more basic gray in here. Okay. And again, just taking your aqua painter and you're going around and you're just smoothing those color lines out. And again, you can add any color you would like. I'm just doing this for the gray. And that's called a wash. Now, I want to do the, put that over here. I want to do the umbrella. Now, I got the umbrella. I used Melon Mambo there, but I think I want to do a little something different. I think I am going to do some of the pumpkin pie, but I want to do some of the pumpkin pie. I want to do it like this. Okay, so I'm going to spread that out. And again, I'm just going to do a nice wash. Just spread that out. Okay. Then I want to cut down that color just a little. So I'm going to go over here. And this is just a piece of Whisper White. You can do it on anything. You can even do it on your block. You can't see it too well on your block, but you can do it on your block. Then I'm going to put some real red in there. So it's a different color. Then I'm going to pick up both of that. I want this just to be a different shade. Still pumpkin pie, but just a different shade, okay? So there we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is, I told you you can do it on your block. And for the dress, I'm going to use this. And for the dress, I am going to use Melon Mambo. And I see you can hardly see that on there. I'm going to be using Melon Mambo and some Calypso Coral. Okay? Now I'm going to clean off my aqua painter, and then I'm going to go right around there and pick that up. Okay, so you've got a couple of different colors in there. And I want to just, I'm going to take my Calypso Coral and I want to highlight some of this in more of the Calypso Coral. So I'm going to again take it right off of my pencil. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to do a wash again for the grass. And again, I'm just going to do it lightly because I don't want it really noticeable. So again, I'm just blending that in, lightly blending that in. I'll show you the difference between this and the one we did last, how different this is. And you can put more water on it to get rid of those lines if you want, just like this. Okay, that's, and you can see the different coloring. This is a lot lighter than that. Okay, so this is a wash, and you're going to use that for this one. Okay, now there is another way you can use your pencils. You can do something like this. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing this for this card. I have already, you don't have to cut it out until you're done. I've already cut mine out, but this is our watercolor paper. And what you're going to do is you're just going to make lines, and then you can take your die, your oval dies, and you can cut that out. But I've got these already cut out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just take Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to tell you a trick or two on this. So what you want to do is you just want to make lines, and they can overlap if you want. I've got, this is Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do, I love Calypso Coral. So I'm going to put some Calypso Coral. And again, you can overlap these. Now, I have tried doing these a lot different. People say you just spray them and then you let them sit. Well, yeah, you can spray them and let them sit and they'll be there forever. And sometimes they blend, sometimes they don't. This one you can see it didn't blend, it didn't soak, but this one will probably be a little bit different. Then let's try some Bermuda Bay, okay? And again, I'm just, it's easier if it's not in an oval, you can just go. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to spray this with water, so get a bottle with a sprayer on, okay? And what I like to do is I would like to spray this way, move the spray so it gets nice. See, I got a little too much. But you can see it moving and stuff, and you have to wait for it to dry. Now, if you're like me, very impatient, what you can do is you're going to take a finger and you're going to just spread this out, just like this. Take another finger, spread the middle one out. This almost looks like an Easter egg, doesn't it? And then take another finger and spread that one out. And then you can sit back and let it dry. So this is it dry. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to use the Archival Black. And now you can stamp on it. Once it's dry, I wouldn't stamp on it when it's wet like this. This one I did before, so it's pretty dry. And then you can, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful, Mary is wonderful. And there you go. And now this can be your focal point of the card. As you see, it is here. Okay? Now I have one more thing you can do. Now, those are watercolors, and there's a lot more things you can do. Those are just basic watercoloring. Doing this, doing the blending pen, doing your watercolor, doing a wash, which is just a lighter color. But what else you can do with these is you can color with them. Now I'll show you. Where's my rainbow? Let me clean this off first. Okay, cleaning this off. Okay, got that cleaned off. Okay, clean off this. And now what I'm going to do is I am just going to stamp this with the archival black, okay? Because we don't really need to have it waterproof. And the archival is supposed to be waterproof. And this is just a simple, quick card. So what I'm going to do is I'm inking it up, inking up the archival. And I'm just, this is a quick, easy card. You can do a bunch of these, and you can sit down in front of the TV and color them. You know, the big rage is having your own coloring books, doing your own coloring books. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to take the pumpkin pie. And I'm just going to color these. Just like regular colored pencils. Again, I wouldn't press too hard or you may break the lead. And then you can decorate it any way you want. I like simple cards. I've got a bunch of people that just love getting cards. And I don't like to put a lot of stuff on it because then sometimes they have to pay for the postage if one post office thinks it's more than the other post office. And I take most of my cards that are bulky to our post office, and they usually don't charge me extra, but sometimes they do come back with extra postage once they get down to Denver. Oh, I want tangerine or pumpkin pie. So you can use these just as colored pencils. Now my daughter taught me how to use colored pencils the other day to blend them in without using a blender pan, just to keep going over it. And then she taught me something else. See the white? To highlight it, then you'll put the white on. And it just takes the color just a little bit lighter. So there you've got it. Now you've got your 4 cards that you're going to make. And again, if you don't want to use what is in there, you can use watercolor paper, you can use whatever. But the 4 cards, use the 4 different techniques. This card, you just add the little thing. And again, you don't have to use Beautiful You. I know some of you don't have Beautiful You or didn't order Beautiful You. Any line stamp works great with watercoloring. Let me see, there's a couple of line stamps that I have. Some of the Flower Shop stamps. These stamps go well with watercoloring. The Marquee Messages goes well Oh, and the Papillon Potpourri, the butterfly. That's the one I really love to do with watercolor. And also the Remarkable You is a great watercolor set. If you have this, this is a great set to watercolor. One of the new ones that I really love watercoloring is this is a Celebration one, and this is the Hey Chick one. Aren't they beautiful? They go great for watercoloring. So I hope you've learned a lot. This is one of the cards. This is the simple card. This is the card that I do. This has the wash. This is just watercoloring, and this one I use the blender pen, but you can use the blender pen or the aqua painter. And this also has our So Detailed, new So Detailed Thinlet on it. But I love this because it highlights it. You can see where some of the water, just where different things, just where the different water is on it. And you watercolor and it turns out different each time. This is the one we just did before. Now see, I used my finger on those. So anyhow, I want to say thanks for Let's Explore this month. I hope you've enjoyed this class, and I hope next month that you order it also. Next month, I think what we're going to be doing is fun folds. So we'll have some fun folds, and we'll get you some cardstock or something for the fold class. But anyhow, thanks for visiting. The list of supplies you're going to have, I'm going to send you all the instructions on to make the 4 cards. And if you've enjoyed this and you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, just hit that subscribe button, and you'll be up to date on all the new Stampin' happenings. As always, have a great day. Thanks a lot, and thanks for visiting. Bye-bye.